All right, thank you. I'd like to start off with some thoughts and prayers to everyone affected by the flood in Central Texas, and obviously that hit really home for us. And you know, over the break with vacation with my kids, you know, tended to hold those guys and hug them a little tighter at night. And man, just a tragic deal. And you know, our thoughts and prayers with everyone affected there. Just want to start with you know, a thought and shout out to our president, President Danfus and Don Coryell for their leadership and everything that they've meant to us since the moment that I've been at Texas State. And you know, obviously with everything going on with the conference realignment, we're focused on the Sun Belt, and we're focused on competing. And the two guys that I brought here today are seniors, and so you know, their focus is on the Sun Belt as well, and we'll let you know, President Danfus and Don worry about all that. So I know we'll get a lot of questions about that, so I wanted to hit on that as well. But we're super excited to finish the right way in the Sun Belt, and excited about this team that we have going into our third season. And we've accomplished a bunch of really good things. You know, the last 2 years, back-to-back bowl victories, and a lot of firsts for Texas State. But obviously, conference championship is what we want to accomplish, and send these guys out the right way. But obviously, there's a ton of really talented coaches and a ton of really talented players in this league, and as we know better than anyone, we have to bring it every week, and that's something that we preach to our guys. So really excited about the momentum that we have going into this season, and the two kids, two young men that are with us, and I'd be remiss not to hit on those two. Obviously, Dorian Strachan, somebody that's been with me, I think going on 4 years now, which is hard to do in college football, and really the anchor of our offensive line. You know, he's got the size, he's got the physical talent, but what really stands out to me about Dorian is you know, his character, his academics. He's a college graduate. And you know, the loyalty, and you know, these two guys up here are very special, not only to the program and to the community of San Marcos, but to me personally. And so I look for big things from Dorian this year. And then Khalil Alexander, you know, another guy that's been with me now going on year 3, and you know, somebody that just plays at a different speed than everyone else that we have on defense, really taking on that leadership role going into year 3. Had a very productive season a year ago, and you know, just the violence that he plays with, the physicality, the speed. You know, I think I look for really big things from Khalil, and both of these guys. You know, you always who are you going to bring to media day, and both of these guys had plenty of opportunity to go other places and do other things, and they were loyal to Texas State. They were loyal to their coaches. They were loyal to me, and you know, we were able to help them out, and obviously just super proud of the people they are, and you know, that's why you get into this business, obviously, is to win games and win rings and win conference championships. But the transformation that's gone on with these two from the moment we signed them till now is night and day, and just super proud of them and what they mean to this team. So with that, open up to questions.
We will open the floor up for questions. Once again, if you do have a question, please raise your hand and we'll have a microphone brought to you. Please give us your name and affiliation. And for those of you on Zoom, please type your question into the chat and we'll read it here in the room. Have a quick question on Zoom for Coach Kenny. Your team was picked to finish second in the division, third in the conference, but none of your players were chosen on all-conference first or second team. And how do you think that came to be?
You know, I'm not sure. I know we have a bunch of really good players, and you know, we're not, you know, we don't control that. That's the other coaches in the league, and you know, we've had some really good players the last 2 years on our team, and I look for us to have, you know, continue that and win games and have really good players.
Ben Cameron, KTSW San Marcos. This is for both of you players. What part of y'all's games did you work on most this offseason to prepare for this upcoming season?
Well, I really feel like during this off season, the main focus was just to really bring the team back together. Like, it's everybody's always working as individuals and together. So I feel like that's the work we put in is not really the biggest part. It's about like bonding with each other and making sure we have each other's backs when we're out there on the field together.
And I'll piggyback off that. This offseason, we've really been trying to work as a team to grow as a team because, you have transfers and new guys. We've been really trying to build the brotherhood, hang out with each other, talk to each other, and really just become like family, for real family.
Michael Lesby, KTSW Sports San Marcos. First off, GJ, I just want to thank you for shedding some light on the recent floods in the Hill Country. As someone who has lived in the Hill Country their entire life, I greatly appreciate it. But only spent a couple of years in the Sun Belt. What would you say your most memorable moment is in the Sun Belt with Texas State?
That's a good question. I think probably year one, getting bowl eligible at home and beating a really quality opponent and then having the opportunity to jump in the river and accomplish something that's never been accomplished at Texas State. Like I said, we've had a bunch of firsts since I've been here, but when I got the job, that's pretty much what everyone said is, hey, come talk to me when you get bowl eligible and you go to a bowl game. So being able to do that year one was huge for us, so I would say that.
Got a Zoom question from Michael Adams, the Austin Sports Journal, for both of our student athletes. You had a big stage game last year with Arizona State, and you go to Tempe this year with the Pac-12 News. What does that say about the program and the school and where it's headed?
It really just reflects how much of a good job our higher ups do. Coach Kenny, President Dampus. It just goes to show how good of a job they do and how much that their student athletes are riding behind them. So yeah.
I agree with everything he just said. I think it's great for the program. It's like just getting eyes on the program because this is a very great school. Like San Marcos is a great city. It's a great place to be. So I think it's just really good to get eyes on the program and to continue to grow the program.
Mm-hmm.
Sparty Laughlin with KTSW Sports. This question is for Coach Kenny. Like you said, back-to-back first responder bowls wins. How do you think that helps out with, recruiting, getting guys to come to Texas State and getting people to buy into this program, knowing that it's not like it used to be and that the Bobcats are going to go to bowl games and ultimately win them?
Yeah, it's been huge for us, and like I said, a lot of firsts since I've been here, and having the opportunity to beat two in-state opponents in those bowl games was huge for us. Rice in year one and North Texas last year, and two teams that we recruit heavily against. So that not only winning the bowl games, but who we won them against was a big deal for us.
Another question, Ben Cameron, KTSW San Marcos. This is for Khalil. You transferred from Coffeyville Community College in Kansas. What are you most thankful for from your time there, and what do you think is the greatest part of your game that you learned there in community college?
Well, first I want to start by, thanking Coach Kenny and God just for allowing me to be where I am right now. I never really thought anything of it, but in Coffeyville, junior college in general, even UIW, like a small FCS school, like it's not easy to come from somewhere like that, and like it really puts your faith to the test. It really put my faith to the test, but I stayed with it and I worked hard and I never complained, and somehow Coach Kenny stumbled upon me, and I'm forever grateful. I told him last night, like he's made my college experience everything I've ever dreamed of, plus some. So I couldn't be more thankful.
Got a question on Zoom from Colton McWilliams of the San Marcos Daily Record. After back-to-back 8-win seasons and 2 bowl game wins, what's the next step for this program to reach that next level and compete for conference championships? And this is for Coach and our student athletes.
Yeah, I think for us is every year, but especially this year, we have so many new faces, and we have to come together, and every day is going to be important for us. Where a year ago, we wouldn't have had fall camp, to be honest with you. We could have rolled out there and played that week 1 game and been just fine. Where this year, we need every single fall camp practice. We need every single meeting. We need every single walkthrough to be able to accomplish what we need to accomplish. And I think these guys have a chip on their shoulder. And really our focus right now is OTAs tomorrow, finishing up a great Sunbelt Media Day, OTAs tomorrow, and then getting on to fall camp. So to look ahead any more than that is, for us, wouldn't be a good idea.
Definitely. I'm ready to get back to my guys right now as we speak.
sure.
But just working every day, just coming, showing up. Like that's the hardest part, is just showing up. After that, leaders lead, followers follow, coaches coach, and I feel like we're going in the right direction.
I just feel like we got to continue to work on the things that we did good and continue to try to fix all the things that we did bad during the season. It's that simple.
Sorry.
Another question on Zoom, and this is for Khalil. You have a lot of new faces and a lot of transfers at both the linebacker and defensive back areas behind you. How has that group come together in the spring?
Well, when you have such a great coaching staff who does a great job recruiting, that could be the hardest part right now in college football. It's just trying to bond all of these new faces together. But that just it just reflects on how much work you put in outside of the facilities and stuff like that. Are you really spending time with your players? Are you really spending time with your teammates? And that stuff matters because when you're out there on the field, you expect your teammate next to you to have your back. So that's just the main thing. Just not being too good or too think you're too good to just come around and just speak and just have a conversation. All it takes is a conversation. And so I feel like we've been doing a great job with that. Coach Kenny does a great job. He doesn't just go out on a limb and just picks his own guys. He always refers back to who he considers his leaders and asks us what we think about this guy or this guy. And he does a great job with that. So we're coming together. We're coming together as we should.
Ben Cameron, KTSW San Marcos. This is for all three of you. You guys have a big rematch against Arizona State coming up early part of the season. What are your thoughts and emotions on trying to get that, revenge win from last season? And another part for the players, how do you prepare to face some of the best D-lines and O-lines in the conference and someone like Arizona State?
Yeah, I think obviously Kenny Dillingham's done an unbelievable job at Arizona State, winning the Big 12, and they're a really good team. We had them at home last year, and it's going to be a tall task to go on the road and beat those guys. But like I said, really, our focus right now is ourselves and fall camp and getting better each and every day and finding who's going to be out there on the game on Saturday. So really like what we got, but we got a long ways to go.
We just got to continue to keep growing, just because, as the O-line, after every lift, we go outside and we get us some extra drills in. Just never being complacent, never thinking you made it. Just always continue to work and continue to try to get better in every aspect of life in general.
Well, in my opinion, we go against the best O-line and D-line every day in practice. So we're not really focused on our opponent because it's about what we do when we show up on game day.
Got a Zoom question for our two student athletes from Michael Adams. Do you guys feel you have a bigger target on your back from other schools in the league this year, being that it is the last year in the conference?
To be honest, we're not really worried about that. We're worried about finishing out in the Sun Belt and trying our best to win a conference championship. We're not even thinking about the Pac-12. That's for the higher-ups to think about. So we just continue to get better every day and focus on the field.
My opinion on that, everybody has something to say. But as far as a target on that back, I would always like to think that it's a target on us because we are who we think we are. So yeah.
Sparty Laughlin, KTSW San Marcos. This question is for you, Mr. Strawn. There's going to be a new quarterback, obviously under center. this year. How do you think the offensive line has gelled with the plethora of new quarterbacks that the Bobcats have this season?
I think we love all our quarterbacks. They all have their different things that they're good at and different things that they excel in and don't excel in. So I think we just, every time we get an OTA rep with them, a walkthrough rep, we just really trying to figure out how they set up and all that type of good stuff. But I think all of our quarterbacks are great. So whoever is the starter, we ready for it.
Got a question from Zoom. This is for Coach. You brought in 3 student athletes at the quarterback spot that had D1 experience. What do you like about your quarterback room?
Yeah, starting off with Brad, he's someone that we recruited out of high school and someone that's been here the longest. I'll talk about him first, but just an unbelievable kid. Spoke at the FCA banquet, 4.0 student, probably the fastest quarterback we have, probably, one of the strongest quarterbacks we have, has the most experience in the offense, throws the ball really well, runs the ball really well, got some in-game experience a year ago versus Monroe when McLeod was down, and obviously it was raining and not the ideal football conditions for a quarterback, but I thought he came in there for his first time really playing and did a pretty good job. And then a guy like Holden Gerner that transferred over from Auburn, he's 6'3", 225 pounds, can throw it as good as anyone we've ever had. He's an elite processor. He's in the office and in the film room more than some of the coaches, and just an unbelievable kid, and just really excited with the growth that he's made since the moment he's got here. Obviously he's a little bit of an older guy, but lacked the in-game experience and really lacked the practice reps to reach his full potential. So I think he's someone that's gotten better every day. Keldrick Luster, a guy that we brought over from SMU, 5'10", 245 pounds, had an unbelievable high school career, was stuck behind, one of the premier quarterbacks in all of college football at SMU, and Rhett Lashley called me and said, hey, you need to sign this guy. He's really good. And so someone that we recruited out of high school when I was in Incarnate Word and knew about. So he's been, everything we thought he was since the moment he's got here. His biggest thing is he's just got to continue to learn the playbook, and Coach Keppel, our new offensive coordinator, and Coach Dane Evans that works with the quarterbacks have done an unbelievable job with him, since he's been here. Nate Yarnell, a guy that transferred over from Pitt, a local guy, 6'7", 200 plus pounds, has the in-game experience, started games for Pittsburgh. I believe he was at Media Day for them a year ago. So somebody that was a leader over there and has the in-game experience, in-state guy. He looked, really good in the spring, bouncing back from an injury, but someone that is kind of who we thought he is, and has had a great offseason. So we're always going to continue to, push the envelope and recruiting quarterbacks and make sure we're good at that position. And, all those guys have handled the quarterback competition really well. And, I look forward to another big year for the Tech State quarterback room.
Tyler Kennett from the Herald Dispatch. I have a question for the players. I guess with both of you guys having so much experience, could you go back a little bit and just think, nowadays with the potential turnover that can happen any season, like how important is the role that you guys play as a, returning player who's bringing that leadership role? Like what do you provide, I guess, if you look back at your younger self and could think that way in terms of how good that is for, building a program up?
Man, that really means a lot for our team because Coach Kenny puts a lot of emphasis on us being a player-led team. Coach Kenny does his job, and he does his job well, and he leads his fellow coaches as well. But he puts a lot of emphasis on it being a player-led team. because I feel like as a player, it's easier to understand coming from somebody that you're out there on the field with. And for Coach Kenny to put his trust in, a few of us to go out there and be the leaders and take charge for our peers, that really means a lot, and it says a lot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think just trusting us to lead by example.
Yep.
Like trusting us to show the young guys how to work, like how we working during the off season, how we working during morning runs, tempo runs. Are you slacking during the tempos? Like showing the guys how to work and really trusting yourself in that you're doing the right thing and like trusting that they'll follow what you're doing. And Coach Kenny trusts all of his leaders, and we trust our leaders as well. So just keep continuing to grow and grow as a leader every day. I think we'll be perfectly fine. So.
Any other questions from the floor?
Sarah Bergen, KTSW Sports. This question's for the players. With the transfer portal, continuity is very rare in college football. What makes y'all stick with Texas State year after year?
For me, I'd say Coach Kenny and Coach Shoemaker. I've been with Coach Shoe for 5 years, literally my whole career, so it was a no-brainer. Like, there's no reason for me to leave that guy. That guy got me where I am. And then Coach Kenny, he's just such a great coach. Like, it's rare to get a player's coach like Coach Kenny that really loves you, take care of you. He calls me 9:30 at night, like, randomly, just checking up on me. So, like, not many coaches are going to do things like that. And like, Coach Shu, he literally, like, that's my brother. Like, that's my guy. So I wouldn't want to be nowhere else.
It's kind of like you gotta be there to feel it for me. You know, just coming from the background that I have, you know, and just to be coming into a program like this and being treated the way I am, like I wouldn't trade it for the world. So, you know, Coach Kenny, like I said before, does an amazing job. My defensive line coach, Coach Michael G, I had to shout him out before I left from up here, but that's my guy, man. It's beyond love with him and just what we built. You just can't put nothing up like that for grabs.
For all three of y'all, also, Michael Lesby, KTSW Sports San Marcos. Game days themes have recently been released. We've got home opener, family weekend, homecoming, blackout, community day. So which environment are you most looking forward to play in?
I'll probably say the blackout. Yeah, because all black is my favorite uniform. So the all black, yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna have to go with the homecoming, Southwest Texas. You know, the throwback jerseys. The atmosphere it's always crazy, but on homecoming it's just a little different with all the alumni coming back, and it's just a beautiful thing to see. So, but realistically, I'm ready for all the games, away, home, everything. I'm ready for it all.
I think for me, the home opener, that's always just, you know, really exciting, and you know, seeing your guys put in so much work over the offseason, getting to go out there and play the game that they love for the first time as a group is always fun.
Definitely.
Sparty Laughlin, KTSW San Marcos. This question's for you, Coach Kenny. Just wondering how you're feeling about you know, Mr. Landon Kupel, I know Leftwich left at the end of last year, kind of uncertainty before the bowl game there. Just wondering how y'all are kind of gelling during this offseason.
Yeah, you know, first off, Coach Leftwich, you know, he's one of my best friends in the business, and he did an unbelievable job for us, you know, at UIW and coming over to Texas State, and we really felt like we really built something really special. And you look across Twitter, and I think everyone in the country posts all our you know, plays and stuff like that, which bothers me a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. But man, he did an unbelievable job, so I want to make sure and thank him for everything that he did. But you know, Coach Keppel's been with me since 2020 at Hawaii. We were together. Then he came over to UIW with us, and was with us there for the year, and then he's been with us the last 2 years, and knows exactly how I think, knows exactly what I want, and one of the smartest guys I've ever been around. He has, you know, offensive coordinator, you know, experience, and you know, really a no-brainer for me. And obviously promoting, you know, Jordan Shoemaker to go co-offensive coordinator, another guy that's been with me for multiple years, and we've had a lot of success together, and you know, so you know, that's the way I want to operate. I don't ever want to go outside of what we've done, and you know, luckily for us, we've been able to do that so far in my career.
One more quick Zoom question from Corey Mose of KVUE Sports. Reflecting on what you talked about earlier, Coach, what qualities are you looking for in the quarterback position, and what's something that can separate a quarterback from the rest of the pack?
I think, leadership ability is always really big, and you don't have to be a vocal guy. You just be yourself, and doing things the right way. You can't be late. You can't be on lists. I would say that's the bare minimum standards that we're looking for. But, someone like, a couple of the guys that we have. I talked about Brad being a 4.0 student, being a leader in the weight room. And then obviously the physical abilities, hopefully we wouldn't have recruited them if they can't, play the game. But, in our offense with the wide splits, I think arm talent is at a premium. You have to have good arm strength. Obviously you have to be accurate. And then, for me, I think anytime, you can run, you can scramble. You don't have to be a true dual threat guy, but the ability to make a play on 3rd and 7 and extend the drive and extend the play and make plays outside the pocket are always, something that I look for when I'm recruiting a quarterback. And I really think this is probably the first year that we've had that in multiple guys. And so it's going to be a really good battle, and I'm really excited about the group of quarterbacks that we have.
Coach and our student athletes will be available for one-on-ones. Coach, guys, we appreciate it. Good luck to you this season.
Thank you.
Thank you.